By early 2025, the AI landscape felt settled, dominated by a handful of American tech giants whose models were powerful, but prohibitively expensive for many. Then, from out of nowhere, came a disruption. The AI world was captivated by a Chinese startup called DeepSeek. Their initial model, R1, stormed into apps with an unheard-of combination of elegance, promise, and radical affordability. It wasn't just cheap, it was smart, capable of nuanced tasks that previously required top-tier, costly APIs. Developers flocked to it, integrating R1 into everything from customer service bots to creative writing tools, slashing their operational costs overnight. The industry was buzzing with anticipation for their next release. But as their next model, R2, approached, a tougher test loomed, one that had nothing to do with algorithms, and everything to do with hardware. DeepSeek's R1 didn't just impress developers, it stunned Wall Street analysts. Trained efficiently on a massive cluster of Nvidia GPUs, it delivered powerful reasoning at a fraction of the going rate. Commentators quickly dubbed it the Pinduoduo of AI, a nod to the Chinese e-commerce giant that upended retail with its low-price strategy. DeepSeek was doing the same to the AI market, and the incumbents were terrified. The reaction was immediate and brutal. Panic selling hit US tech stocks, wiping out over $500 billion in market value in a single trading session. Emergency meetings were called from Cupertino to Redmond. For the first time, a Chinese AI company had not just competed, but had dictated the terms of the market. But this very success, built on American silicon, attracted a different kind of attention. Back in Beijing, government authorities saw an opportunity and a vulnerability. They encouraged DeepSeek's leadership to pivot, to build their future not on foreign technology, but on a domestic foundation. The directive was clear. For the development of R2, they were to avoid relying on US tech, especially Nvidia's coveted GPUs, and instead use China's own Huawei Ascend processors. This wasn't just a suggestion, it was a national strategic priority. It was a high-stakes bid to foreground technological self-sufficiency, a direct response to years of escalating tech sanctions from Washington. DeepSeek, the new star of Chinese tech, was now tasked with proving that China could innovate end-to-end, from the chip to the code. The question was, could the hardware keep up with the ambition? The initial power-up of the massive Ascend 910B cluster was a moment of immense anticipation. But training didn't go smoothly. DeepSeek struggled with key issues, fundamental stability hiccups that would crash runs hours in, slower chip-to-chip connectivity, creating a major bottleneck, and critically underdeveloped software support for Ascend. The drivers were immature, and the debugging tools were primitive. Huawei dispatched their own top engineers to work on site, creating a joint task force. The atmosphere was tense, fueled by caffeine and urgency as the deadline loomed. They tried everything: rewriting code, patching drivers, reconfiguring the network. Even with a team of Huawei engineers on site, they couldn't complete a single successful training run. With each failure, precious time and resources evaporated. The inevitable conclusion became clear. R2's release, originally slated for May 2025, was postponed. The delay was partly due to these persistent hardware woes, and partly because a second challenge had emerged. The meticulous process of cleaning and labeling the massive, high-quality dataset required for R2 was taking far longer than anyone had anticipated, creating a parallel bottleneck. Inside DeepSeek, founder Liang Wenfeng expressed deep frustration. In a pivotal meeting, he made the difficult but decisive call. Instead of rushing a flawed model to market to meet a deadline, he opted to buy more time. The priority was to protect the company's reputation and deliver a model truly worthy of the company's AI lead, no matter the cost of the delay. In a pragmatic pivot, DeepSeek reverted to Nvidia for the model's training, while still aiming to retain Ascend chips for inference. A technical hedge, but one that tipped toward US hardware. Meanwhile, others seized the opportunity. Alibaba's Qwen 3 adopted DeepSeek's concepts but offered better efficiency, and many developers began switching. In AI, timing can be everything. DeepSeek's ordeal isn't just a corporate setback, it's a stark illustration of a much larger story. It reveals the deep gap between geopolitical ambition and technical readiness. For years, China has declared its intention to lead the world in AI, but US-led chip sanctions exposed a critical vulnerability. Chinese tech firms are grappling with their domestic chip ecosystem's maturity. While experts agree it's only a matter of time before homegrown platforms catch up, that time is a luxury the fast-moving AI industry doesn't have. The race is now. This is the new reality of the chip wars. Restrictions on high-end GPUs are designed to slow progress, forcing Chinese companies to find clever workarounds. They must innovate on the software and algorithmic level to squeeze every last drop of performance from less powerful hardware, turning a hardware deficit into a catalyst for software genius. Behind every breakthrough is immense human grit. In DeepSeek's offices, the lights burn late. The team isn't just debugging code, they are navigating a crisis under the pressure of national expectation and global competition. They continue to refine R2, relentlessly searching for new algorithmic paths to outsmart their hardware limitations. This isn't just another project, it's a fight for relevance. At the center of it all, Liang Wenfeng isn't just chasing a benchmark score, he's fighting to prove that Chinese innovation can overcome external constraints. He's fighting to cement a lasting lead not just in speed, but in the holy grail of AI reasoning, the ability for a machine to think and plan. It's a high-stakes gamble on his team's ingenuity. And so, the global AI community watches. DeepSeek R2 remains unreleased. Chinese media suggest it could still launch in the coming weeks. But whether it succeeds or re-emerges as a different model, its story has already etched a critical lesson. Technological independence isn't just about ambition. It's about brutal, painstaking execution. The journey from a bold claim to a potential product reveals the raw truth of modern innovation. The battle for AI supremacy is a complex war fought on multiple fronts, in chip fabs, in research labs, and on coding terminals. And the battle for AI supremacy is as much about hardware as it is about hope.